Sammy's Law isn't just Sammy's Law. It's Zachary's Law, too. And Zach's dad's here. Chris thought he maybe made the ultimate sacrifice in his life by serving in the United States Air Force and putting his life on the line to defend our country, but we stole his son from him 4 years ago, and he's brave enough to come back here and tell us that story. So, Chris, thank you for your courage, for being here.
Thank you, Senators Henry Stern, Rosalisa Chobok, everyone for being here. My name is Chris Didier. I'm a father of three incredible children. I'm an executive board member for a nonprofit, Victims of Illicit Drugs, and I am Zach's dad. As we know, there is an evolving maelstrom in the rise of harms through social media whose purpose is to deceive and deeply impacting mental health. Harms such as fentanyl-related deaths, CSAM, cyberbullying, eating disorders, to name a few. And it's affecting families across our state and across our nation, families like ours. My son, Zach, and his friends went to our local mall in December of 2020 after recent COVID restrictions were lifted. It was a place for them to finally be able to publicly socialize. Our mall was full of middle and high school kids. None of us ever anticipated, however, that there were other young people in their 20s whose whole purpose was to deceive, to peddle products that are poisonous and deadly. Zach and his friends were reached by a dealer through Snapchat, and they were sold what they were told was harmless medicine called Percocet to treat from mild to moderate pain, something you could get from a dentist. Instead, they were sold fake pills made of illicit fentanyl, something magnitudes order much more lethal and potent. The next day, I found my son in his bedroom, appearing to be asleep but was not breathing, and he had no chance. Like so many of our youth, Zach was successful in all aspects of academia, athletics, music, community service. He was a bona fide straight-A student, active in scouting, and a respected multi-sport athlete. Zach loved his family, friends, and life. He was truly a charismatic soul to all, a bright light in our world, one any family would enjoy to have. Only 3 months after our son died, Zach's mother and I had to open acceptance letters into 5 UCs, including UCLA. There are malevolent actions from nefarious actors who willingly continue to exploit social media for the purpose to promote growing activity and profit. A new landscape has emerged where there's no chance for our youth to learn life's boundaries and presents a minefield that can cause permanent harm and immediate death. Mamie Till Mobley said it well in 1955 when she was addressing the murder of her 14-year-old son, Emmett. What happens to one of us should be the business of all of us. So what needs to happen is that legislators need to work together and act to protect our youth. They must find a way to get past the hubris, the intolerance, the apathy that only promotes indifference. Mark my words, every day there are new constituents standing behind us who want change. Standing beside us are many grieving families who've lost loved ones and want to prevent these kinds of harms. And sitting before us are committee members who not only have an opportunity to make a difference, but a responsibility to make our community safer. The alternative is simply unacceptable. Like many children, our son had more than demonstrated the potential to bring new innovation and progress into the world in a beautiful way. But when you experience your child placed on a gurney and in a body bag in your dining room, so you can say your last goodbyes, and then the coroner take them away, put them in their van and drive away, and you are standing at the end of your driveway wondering what the heck just happened, knowing they will never return. They will never make a difference in the life of anybody else or themselves. They will never be able to breathe air as nature provided it. They will never come back home and walk their footsteps in your house. Their voice, their music will never echo off the walls. That is pain, and no family deserves that. And it's not just the victims or the parents, it's their siblings, their cousins, their friends, their teammates, their scout mates, their castmates, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, who are deeply and forever impacted, and this needs to stop. Our children are truly our national treasures, and they must fiercely be protected. So it is paramount that we support measures like SB 1444 and 1504 so that measurable safeguards can give our youth a fighting chance as they learn life's growing boundaries. And it helps parents know what's happening on their child's cyber world to help them make smarter choices. We may not know what our future holds, but we know who holds our future. And they deserve our very best. So let's work together to support measures like these that we can all make an indelible impact, save lives, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Thank you for your time.
Chris, I want to wrap up with just one clarification. You said that Zach won't get to follow through and change the world as he was on track to do, and I disagree. I think he will. I think Sammy will too. They're not going to do it in the way you thought they were going to do it. But they're still going to change this world. And I hate that you're the ones who have to bear that burden. And it is so deeply unjust. But we're going to keep fighting to make sure their lives are lived without them. And that those destinies of change are fulfilled